Okay. Just want to open up first. Just address the tragedy that happened in Nashville. And I don't want to sit here and make any political statements or any religious statements or anything about that. And I will not do that. But something's got to change. And my mom was a third grade school teacher her whole career. And I got a 5-year-old daughter, 4 years old, about to be 5. I was doing a school play when that happened. I can't even the whole rest of the day I messed up. My wife cried 4 or 5 times in the day. And that's magnified by millions across the country and the world. But again, there's nothing political and there's nothing religious made about this, but something has to change. And I had a chance to stand up here and be in front of a camera. And if one person hears me say that and agrees and does something to help force a change and something to happen, and 1,000 other people say something negative about it, I don't care, because it worked. And if this one thing I say could help somebody else say something and have the guts to stand up and say something, and maybe somebody the guts to stand up and do something, then maybe something will happen. As long as people sit up there and bicker and argue, more and more kids are going to die because it hadn't changed. So something's got to change. Everybody, please do something. Whoever listens to this, send it somewhere else. Send it to somebody. I don't know. Let's all do something together to help. It's the most heartbreaking thing in the world to think about your daughter going to school where she's supposed to be safe and protected. It is. Sorry. I don't care who tweets at me or says something. I really don't. Maybe that'll pick up some steam. Moving back to us. It's obviously, I think it's out there now. Everyone address Leo's situation. Leo was hurt Monday's practice. He'll be out for the season most likely with a knee. Unfortunate for Leo, great kid. He's been truly snake bitten the last 3 years with these things. But the thing we talk about with our team every day is be where your feet are. Control what you can control. Each day, one day at a time, and learn from the past and prepare for the future. And came in the office, talked to his mom, talked to him, and I said, Leo, this is great news, man. Great news. Because now Leo's not just going to get to graduate from Georgia Tech. Now he's going to get a master's from Georgia Tech. And he's still going to chase every dream he had in football and be able to succeed in it. So we're looking for the bright spot in that thing, and that truly is a bright spot in it, that Leo's going to be able to do that. And the character, and we talk about toughness a lot, and who we want to be as a team. Leo Blackburn checks almost every box when it comes to that. Not just a great kid. When you talk about the true qualities of what a tough guy is and mentally tough, he checks them all, and he'll be back stronger than ever and next man up. So with that, we got back to practice on Monday after spring break. It was rusty as expected after having a week off. It was rusty on Monday, so we challenged the guys. We knew it was going to be, so you can't get too upset about something that's expected to happen. It was the nature of the way the spring break fell. Quiet down! Thank you. Still works. Still got the O-line voice in me. Appreciate it. Dang, it really worked. Wow, that surprised me. So we challenge the kids, challenge the coaches. The kids are going to practice as the coaches come out and prepare them and challenge the guys that way. And I thought they came out today and responded with the effort we want. Now, is it smart effort all the time? No, we got a long way to go. We got a long way to go to build a football team. And just completing day 5 of spring practice. we got to be able to take these things and we had some, for the first time had live segments today, and able to go out there and see who can tackle and make tackles and make people miss tackling. And we got a lot of work to do, both sides of the ball with it. Sustaining blocks, getting off of blocks, blocking on the perimeter, being able to make one person miss, being able to wrap up and only one person have to tackle them. Because when it comes down to it, it's 3rd and 1, it's 3rd and 2, and when you have a short yardage situation, somebody's going to win and somebody's going to lose. Every single game. Somebody wins and somebody loses. And that's life. Somebody wins and somebody loses. And you got to be held accountable when that happens. And, yeah, you can have all kinds of nice calls and line up in bear defenses and blitzes and all this to stop the run. But at the end of the day, it's about who can line up and get their hands inside, get off of a block, sustain a block, right, and stop a guy for less than a yard. Right? We've got to be able to do that as a football team. And when it's time to get a yard, we got to be able to line up and run and get a yard. Right? And that's what you look at when you want to define toughness and the physicality of the way you look on a film. Look and see how you stop the run when everybody knows they're going to run it. Look, see how you run the ball when you have to run it and everybody knows you're about to. And then look how you run down the field and cover kicks. Those are 3 things you can turn the tape and you can see the type of toughness on a football team. So we got a long way to go in those aspects. But the great thing about it, you address the team after practice and we talk about those things, and they're really excited to continue to progress and learn how to do those things, right, and to get there. Because for the most part, almost everyone on the team, we've got a team that is hungry. And as long as they stay hungry, as long as they stay in that frame of mind of working one day at a time and working to get better that day, and then worrying about the next day tomorrow. And that's what we've got to continue to preach on. We've got to continue to make sure that we instill in everyone's head, and we got to live by. So, it's always a good day when you get a chance to come out and play football, though. So excited to be back out here today. And with that, guys, any questions you have? Kelly.
Obviously the receiver position now, you've lost a lot of experience just with guys graduating, and now Leo getting hurt, and James Blackstream got hurt last year at the end of the last
year. This is half full, not half empty. Next question.
Sure. So my question to you is, I guess kind of what are you seeing from that group?
Let's go. Come on, Kelly.
What are you seeing from that group? And then also, do you look into the portal to try to maybe find someone that can come in for a year or two?
I don't look to tomorrow.
Sure.
I can't. We prepare for it. We got the guys we have right now. And we talk about, when I talk to the staff and we address the staff, right, we go into every single day in spring practice as if these are the guys we're going to play 12 games with next year. Nothing else. We can't worry about who might come, who might leave, who does this. That's the world we live in college football now. Right? We hire great coaches. We have a great staff around us to prepare those guys we have out there, and that's the way we look at it. It's we got to go out. We have to prepare, and we have to elevate the play of those guys that are out there. With that being said, the receiver position has actually been a position I've been very pleased with in the first 5 days. As far as getting the ball in space, Buster's doing a great job of designing plays to get the ball, working sideline to sideline and get the ball in their hands. And obviously the speed at the receiver spot was something we look to address. We got more guys that'll be coming in the summer that have already signed with us. So excited to continue to work with the guys we have and continue to see them progress. Morning, Rod. How are you?
How you doing? You've had some new hires on the staff, and you've had a chance to watch them coach and practice for a few practices and meet with them in staff meetings afterwards. How has the chemistry been with that group, and how are they all working together?
Chemistry. Made a D in it. Then thought I'd get the easy way and take biology. Made a D in it. It was hard. Chemistry was hard. Chemistry comes over time with the coaching staff. It's, to me, if everything is all great all the time, you probably aren't in a good place. You want conflict within an organization. I mean, that's one of the, when you talk about what's the book, 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, and you talk about the conflict within organizations and being able to build, and all the great staffs I've been on. I mean, if you guys could ever have a day in the life in some of those staff rooms, and you have but that's what you want. You want a lot of alphas. You want type A personalities in those rooms that are smart, that are intelligent, that want to grow as coaches, that want to elevate themselves and want to be the best. Right? I don't want to be around average people at all. sure not below average. So you want to be around those types of people. You want those types of conflicts going on. And when I say conflict, I don't mean getting up and fighting, but you want constructive arguments to take place, because that's how you solve things. But when those doors open up and they walk out, everyone's on the same page. That's how you become better as a coaching staff, and then therefore your team getting better.
Brent, regarding Leo, was it the same knee as before? And if it is, okay.
Different.
I mean, you said it's most likely you can't play this season. Do you feel like there's an outside chance, or?
I don't know. What's the time frame on it? I mean, usually 6 months or something. I don't. Right now, he ain't playing. So I mean, there's a lot of acts of higher aboves than us that get things done quicker. But I don't see him playing this year. And like I said, it's a great opportunity for him to rehabilitate after it. He'll come back better than he was now, and get stronger. He'll graduate. He'll get his graduate degree. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity that's created in this little bit of a setback for him.
Kevin Shearer talked about this with us the other day.
What did I say?
Every day is a new first, right, for you this year? As every day is a new first time doing something. Kind of what's been the biggest surprise, maybe this spring going through it as a head coach for the first time, and what are you is there anything in particular that you've kind of picked up on even just through these first 5 practices?
The biggest thing, I don't know if there's something per se that I looked and said, wow, I didn't know that was going to happen or come in. There's, I don't know if some of y'all have heard me say it before, I've got a kind of a task list that I use every day, and it's staff notes, administrative notes, compliance, academics, training room, practice notes, offense, special teams, defense, recap of the day, and down in the bottom right corner, there's the oh crap list. And it's highlighted in yellow, and the oh crap list is always empty at the start of the day. By the end of the day, I hadn't had one day that it hadn't been filled up. Oh crap list is things you don't plan for. So that's going to happen always. It's how you react to those things that happen, though, and then how you when those things come up and you manage your day out through a 14, 16-hour day, right, and every hour and every minute is accounted for, well, those things pop up, you've got to handle a lot of them, right? I did realize that, you prioritize things A, B, and C, right? But then within A, there's A1, A2, A3, and sometimes you don't ever get to B and C, so you got to pick which fires kind of put out at the right times. But I think my biggest pet peeve is when I can't be efficient. And then what's even worse than that is when I feel like I am being efficient and the staff isn't efficient. So those are the things I'm constantly working to improve on every day. But the first year you'll probably have the biggest learning curve and the jump in it. But that's something I hope I never stop improving with. That's something I constantly look at every single day to try to make myself better when I wake up the next day.
You have a small group of early enrollees. How are they adjusting, making the jump from high school ball to what you're asking from them in practice?
Yeah, fine. I mean, good. They've done a good job. They're out there playing. There's a lot of reps in the day they're able to get, and they're only going to improve with more of those. The speed of the game is always different as you come from the high school level to the college level. That's one of the things you look at in the evaluation of a prospect, though, is the high school program that they come from. And the type of competition they play on a week-to-week basis, the type of competition they're going against in practice, because that kind of helps to shrink that gap a little bit.
If I can ask you about your comments about the shooting, is it something that you felt like if I get the opportunity to have the platform to do this, I want to do this, or was this something particularly about what happened, it being the proximity or anything like that spurred you to decide to say something?
I mean, I called Mike 2 days ago and told him I was going to do it because it's damn important to me. My mom, my wife, and my daughter are the most important things in my life. The most important. And I'll give everything else up for those 3.
Anything else? Kelly?
We haven't talked about the defensive side of the ball, but just I'm curious what you've seen through putting the pads
Missed
on.
tackles today. Busting fits. Not setting the edge. Long runs. We got a lot of work to do. A lot of work. They're coming out there working to do it. The biggest thing when those things occur, right, we've got the middle of the defense is where the communication occurs. Right, we got new guys in the middle right now. Right, so when you have new guys at that linebacker spot, Right? You have new guys on offense at the center, the quarterback. Right? I think we got a center and a quarterback on offense that have played a lot of football. Right? So that communication is there already. Right, well, now on the defensive side, you've got different guys in there in that middle part that they're putting the back end. You hear Miles Brooks and the communication that's taking place in the back. Well, then you got to be able to get that going on both ends, and it's improved every day. But both sides of the ball, we got a lot of work to do. There's a lot of hitting yardage out there that we're missing on offense. There's a lot of yardage on defense we're giving up. Consistently working to know how to practice the right way on special teams, to have a dominant special teams unit. So we got a lot of work to do. Thank goodness we got a lot more days to go.
Anything else? Anything in the back? Okay. Kelly, last one.
I'll ask you about special teams, and you have a new special teams coach, and just kind of, I know that's not a hyper-focused thing.
Yeah, it is.
All the time.
Yes, it is. You're wrong on that one.
So you guys are going hard on special teams
Yes.
this spring? Okay.
We start off, the first thing we do in practice every day when we get out here is a special teams walkthrough. That is the number one thing. The first meeting we have every day is a special teams meeting every single day. Right? Special teams walkthrough when we come through. We've incorporated within practice, where normally you start practice and you go individual periods. We have an individual period that's strictly dedicated just to special teams every day. Then we have 2 more special teams periods within the practice. It's dadgum important. A lot of attention taken on it right now, all phases.
Rod, we'll take one last one.
Yeah, also on special teams, I know it's early yet as far as, what personnel you're going to use, but
The best.
is your philosophy to use,
The best guys.
frontline starters?
The best guys. The best 11 guys that can be out there. Guys, this special teams is not a down off. It is not to put your backups in. Right? If you're good enough to be a starter on offense and defense, then you should be a starter on special teams. I mean, that mindset needs to change. That does not take place here. I don't care who you are. Unless you're the starting quarterback, you're expected to be on special teams. Every one of them. Some of the best college football teams I've ever seen compete and play have their best players on special teams. Julio Jones used to run down on kickoff cover. Turn back on the film in Alabama on what year it was. And Trent Richardson he was an assassin running down on kickoff cover. And then busting out 80-yard runs. Hey, our best players are our best players for a reason, and they're going to play.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it, guys. Go Jackets.